The following program is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
This I've got to see.
It's worth watching, so stay tuned.
Welcome to the C-Note Show, gentlemen. It's Friday, April 16, 2021. Jason's a laser shooting unicorn, as usual. You're here because you want to learn how to be a laser shooting out of your forehead unicorn. Just because it's Friday, though. Not really. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. This is Miss Cynthia Cruz, the only woman who's allowed. Someone left. They're like, fuck you. This is the only woman allowed on our show for her professional feminine perspective. Don't say rainbow unicorns or laser unicorns again. It makes guys leave. So welcome to the show.
I did
Happy
notice Jason's cup though takes on your background. So your cup, yes, that's so cool.
It's Predator technology.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
No.
I didn't think so. She hasn't seen fucking half of the movies from like the 80s and 90s that you'd expect. Yeah. Under the Rock Cruise. Raised under a rock. Cynthia Cruz. Cynthia raised under a rock cruise. There, it only took me 3 times to get it. Welcome to the show. Let's start off with some comedy before we dive into the shit today. I've got 2 different posts. One's actually from a different group that we're a part of. It's a John Wineland group. So I've got a post about this gentleman's marriage situation from a different group than we normally see. So I thought that was cool. Good to see you, gentlemen. Jason's here. Ian's here. Yeah, buddy. He just ran in his windbreaker. In the States, that's a windbreaker. Oliver Clothes Office here. Hussein, Matt, good to see you. Pietrowski, Malloy, Silver Fox, baby. Patrick, JT, and Richard here. Good to see you, gentlemen. Let's go and jump into a question from the forum. Again, this is the participation section of our call. I was thinking this morning when I do the whole, all right, what would you do? And I put the hand over my mouth and I practice tension, which I think pretty much every one of my clients sees me do that. Put my hand over my mouth. Hint, sometimes you got to shut the fuck up, right? So when I do that, I think the max time we've had to wait is about 20 or 30 seconds, but it feels like forever, probably because I talk so damn much otherwise. But here we go. Post from the forum. Hey guys, I'm in a little pain here. Can I ask for some direction from you, please? I've told my story, but just briefly, I'll be married 30 years in May, but 5 years ago on our 25th wedding anniversary, my wife said she no longer loves me, is not sexually dead, but doesn't want to have sex with me. Last July, after 4 years of several couples and sex therapies, we decided to divorce. So last July, after 4 years of therapy, they decided to divorce. My attempts to go the conscious uncoupling route weren't supported, so now it's in the hands of the lawyers. I actually read that book. If you guys haven't read Conscious Uncoupling, I don't know the author. Jason, can you put the author in the chat? That'd be cool. If you guys Google it, Conscious Uncoupling. Anyway, I want to say it's not Marianne Williams, is it? Anyway, no. Yeah. So anyway, you can Google Conscious Uncoupling. It's a book. It's actually great. My ex did not want to read that with me when we were going through divorce either, so I can relate to this man. We're still living in the same house because our finances aren't worked out yet. Yesterday, an official letter arrived in the mail from our bank account in Europe, but addressed to my wife. I'm the primary account holder and letters are always sent to me. I'm pretty sure I know what the letter's about and it's not well intended, but I've passed that issue on to my lawyer to work out. My problem is what I'm feeling. I generally live my life caring about others, their situations, what they're going through, understanding what they might be reacting to when triggered. I take care of myself as well. In relationship, I look at what's best for the relationship, not what's best for me. I give of myself. Holding that letter in my hands hurt deeply. I'm grieving the lost past and how our relationship should have turned out, and I'm hurt at the same time by that letter from the bank. She's apparently opened a bank account or something, right? And What I can yearn for is for her to notice my pain and ask what's wrong so I can tell her about the photos and share memories about the beautiful times we had. Instead, she walks by me like a ghost, lost in her own head, interacting only transactionally. Now, remember, they got divorced last July and they're still living in the same house. I guess, well, obviously COVID and all that stuff. I guess the best thing right now would be to ground myself, question mark. Thanks for listening. Okay, again, for the what would you do, start off with what is this man feeling right now? Let me try that again. Start off with what is this man feeling right now? And what do you think he wants right now? And if you can relate, if you have a quick story, of something you can relate to here, that's perfect. So come on in. I'm going to mute myself. You unmute yourself and come on in. What would you do if you were this man? What is he experiencing? And what does he want right now in this moment that he wrote that? Come on in.
Man, some of these guys' stories just tear up my heartstrings because it's who I was. So for 20 years in my marriage, my wife started cheating on me actually the night before our wedding, and I for 20 years tried to show her how much I loved her by showing her how much I was suffering. And that last paragraph, I mean, it's, I want you to notice me. I want you to see how much I love you by see how miserable I am.
Right.
And unfortunately, what all that does is make people disgusted to be around you. And it has the exact opposite effect as you think it's going to. And it's this weird sadist type feeling, but it's like, look at how noble I am by suffering for you. Look how worthy I am. Love me because I'm miserable because you don't love me. It doesn't work, but I can completely understand it because I did it for 20 some odd years. So I think he's in a place where hopefully we can just get her out of the house, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, what would you say for this man since you lived through this and feel like, what he's feeling? What would you say is the next one step for this man?
Well, I mean, to get what he wants, to get the kind of attention that he wants, he needs to. Well, what I did was I really focused on stop judging myself and just started appreciating everything about myself. Even that fact that I could suffer for somebody that long. Okay. But I didn't dwell there in that suffering anymore. I just chalked that up as, okay, that's something awesome about myself. Started praising myself, just started living my own life and started going on my own direction. And it wasn't 2 months after our separation that my ex was asking me back.
Yeah.
Not that that's a possibility or anything, or that's not the outcome that you want to have in your head. If you have the outcome in your head, it's not going to happen. But that was the kind of energy. Once I finally dug into myself and was okay with myself, then lo and behold, everybody else is okay with me too. Yeah, I mean, I feel for him because that's a tough place to be the martyr.
Yeah, to be the martyr. Hey, Jason, thanks for jumping in. Kent, I saw you raise your hand. I don't know if you wanted to come in. I love that you guys are here. I love that you guys are here to up-level yourself in mindset, in skills. Absolutely. Let's have another man come in. What do you see? What do you think that this man should do? Assuming that, it's time to stop being a martyr, right? What do you think that this man should do?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Billy, come on in. Yeah.
Silver Fox here. I think he's still putting too much pressure on the marriage, even in divorce. Just my opinion, right, from reading that, is that the marriage is still how he defines himself. And it's still pretty apparent to me that his relationship with his wife or ex-wife and that marriage is tied to his happiness. And therefore, I think he needs to introspect, there goes my word, right? And figure out what his purpose, or at least start and figure out where he wants to go on his journey, because I think he's stuck in the transition, because he's stuck in the spot of holding on and letting go. And he's not doing either, in my opinion, because I've been there and I know that. And that sucks.
To watch the rest of this episode for free and other episodes, go to greatmenmovemountains.com/VIP. Punch in your info and watch the rest for free.
Get more affection, love, and sex in your marriage. Get less paralyzing fear and rejection. Never miss an episode. Watch anytime, anywhere, 3 a.m. on the toilet. Get full episodes. GreatMenMoveMountains.com/VIP. The C Note Show.